All right, guys and gals, inside this video, we're going to talk all about OTOs, which stands for a one-time offer, also known as an upsell. So the upsells are really fun because this is where you get to be a little bit more creative. The main objective of the upsell is to not only complement all the things that the person has basically checked out and just bought, but it's also to make what they just bought much easier and to save time, to make it easier, and also to save any type of money as well. It's complementing the product as a whole to get them results faster, easier, and cheaper. That's what an upsell does. Now, we do talk about the actual offers behind what make a good upsell or OTO inside of what do we call it? I think we called it, I'm trying to think here. Oh, what are we going to sell? So that's like the video that you should look for. Refer to that if you're trying to figure out what to put into your OTOs. Inside of this video, we're going to be talking a little bit more about design and copy, just like we have been inside of the component videos. Like this is components of an OTO. We did components of an order page and sales page and yada, yada. Okay. So we're already inside my computer. Let's just get this guy rolling. Again, this will be a pretty quick video. I've lied a few times though, and I've said that before. But in all honesty, I think this one's going to be pretty quick, just like the last one. So, and I should probably just back up here a little bit. Let me close some of these tabs. But usually, like if you've never done this before, usually the funnel kind of looks like this. We have an opt-in. The opt-in goes to the VSL. The VSL goes to the sales page. This order page, if we're not using it and we're using that two-step, we can just like move it down here. So if we're not going to use it or leave it up there, it depends on what you're doing. Again, like if you want to know more about that, just watch the previous video, components of an order page, okay? But we're on the upsell one. So if you're using a two-step order form and they check out, okay, and they buy your product, what happens next? Well, they go automatically to that upsell number one, okay? So I do want to be very clear here to just double check this before we do this. Go onto your sales page and click on the edit button just to be certain, because we, you will be testing this. We always, push test, especially before you go live. But go find your, click on the pop-up if you're using the two-step order form, and make sure, just click on the form anywhere and go to advanced. Make sure it's in the settings here somewhere, I believe. We want to make sure that it goes to the next step. And I wonder if they do it automatically now. I wanted to point this out just in case. Is it under general? Oh, yeah, it is. It is. So when you click on, the order form, if you look right here, it says button action, okay? Make sure that the sales action, by default, it should always be next step, okay? Especially on a two-step. Just make sure that it says go to next step and not one of these other ones, okay? So I just wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page here. Some people, it's very easy to miss that one, okay? By default, you shouldn't have any problem because it's always on there. And if you haven't ever changed that feature when you imported the Rockstar version 2 funnel that I gave you, it should be defaulted that way. Anyways, now that we have that kind of settled, let's talk about them OTOs. Now, look, like you can do more than one OTO, obviously, right? Usually on a front-end offer, if we're running some kind of cold traffic or, like paid ads, for example, or social media or wherever that traffic is coming from, if they don't know us, trust us, and respect us quite too much yet, like they're brand new, they're just coming into our business for the very first time, usually, again, like if we're running ads, we're trying to break even, right? We're trying to make a profit, if anything, but we're trying to, essentially acquire new customers or clients for free, okay, or better, or try to make a profit on it, right? And when we do that, in order to do that, we need to sell them more things, okay? We need to increase the average order value. We talk more about this once again inside of pricing your product and creating your products, those two videos from earlier. But we need to increase that AOV. It's extremely important to have many products. This is how you get to be from a totally broken funnel and not making like any sales and losing money on ads to actually becoming break even or very, or not very, very profitable, but profitable, better than break even. Okay. And, look, at the end of the day, this is not going to buy you a Bugatti, okay? Like you could stuff ads down its throat all day long and it's still going to be very, very difficult to let's just say scale into the millions in profit that is. I mean, I've worked on $10 million funnels and I've seen this. So I've worked with larger numbers usually than, let's just say running $50 or $100 a day in ads. Usually we're running 20,000 or more, 20K in ads alone per day to these kind of offers. Okay. So if you're trying to get rich, again, that's not the point of this funnel. The point of this funnel is to get people into our business at break even or better and then sell them more and more higher ticket products or just more products in general. Okay. You could still probably get away with 6 figures. You could probably earn 6 figures with one of these funnels. I have seen plenty of clients at the agency that were doing 6 figures on just self-liquidating offers. I've seen that, okay? So it absolutely is possible, okay? But you have to have a very well-oiled machine. In order to get a well-oiled machine, you have to test, okay? And the testing really becomes down to like a few things outside of just getting them into these pages. But once we actually have sales coming through, we need to make sure that we're getting, again, like I talk more about this inside of previous videos, but essentially like the percentage of people that actually take us up on our products, we need to make sure that it's not too high, but it's not too low. Because if 30% are taking us up on our OTOs, on our upsells, that might be a little too high, which means we actually should increase the price. Okay. But if it's too low, let's just say 5 or 10% of people are taking us up on those one-time offers, then maybe we should decrease the price a little bit. So it's just kind of this game where we just kind of rock back and forth, and we as long as we have traffic coming through. Once again, this is why I usually push the $100 test, because we want traffic coming through on day one so we can get this thing moving and optimized. But again, let's hop into this and let me show you what an upsell looks like. So I think I already have it here. So they go through our sales page and they buy, or they go through the order form and buy, and then they're shown a page like this. Now let me just break this down real quick for us, okay? The very top of this page, we want some kind of like warning of some sort, okay? And you can do this in any color you want, usually red or yellow, and you want it very bright. And on mobile, this really stands out. But we want to say, hey, wait, your order is not yet complete. You've probably have seen this. If you've ever bought anything on the internet ever, other than like Amazon or Shopify for that matter, you've seen something like this. You've been upsold before, and there's nothing wrong with upsells. Like if it's a product that's going to help you and benefit you and get you to where you want to be, buy the upsell. Like I buy upsells all the time. Like when I find someone's product and it's going to help me do a certain thing, I buy the upsell. Like if it's going to help me, okay? So it's nothing snaky or tricky. I don't know why people think it's like a trick or something. No, it's just an upsell. So either way, I would keep this copy on the top. Wait, your order is not yet complete. Just keep it like that. Don't change this, okay? Leave it the same. Same thing with this completed, the optional upgrades, and the order completed. So just leave all that the same. You can change the colors if you want, but the only color I'd probably do would be your company colors, as long as it's very bright and very easy to read. Usually I'll do orange like this, gold, whatever, or red, okay? And then you can do company colors if you want, if it really stands out. That being said, the next thing, you've seen the pre-headline, the headline, and the post-headline, but this is just slightly different. Marketers, not marketers, but like expert copywriters generally argue with me on this. Now, I don't generally push in my headline here a benefit. I tell them a feature. I'm pushing, they are like, I already sold them on the benefit. I already sold them on the big transformation. Now I'm just trying to sweeten the deal, okay? So up here, I just say special rockstar offer. We're selling guitar lessons still, right? Special rockstar offer, okay? You could say, like whatever you want to say, but like I like that because it's pretty straightforward. It's a special offer, okay? And I say, wait, hold on. Wait a second. People thought they were going to see the receipt page for a second, but no, we have an upsell. So we say, wait, hold on. Your order's not yet complete. And I say, get 4 more lessons plus 21 new sheet music downloads, whatever you guys are doing, and a private lesson with Josh to help you play guitar, to help you learn how to play guitar faster. Add Guitar Master to your order, or whatever cool name you have. Add Guitar Master course to your order for just $47. That's an 84% discount, right? That's 84% off. And then, so essentially what we're doing in this headline here, and you should test this, okay? You can split test this. You can change it up and run some traffic through it, and then change it up again, run some traffic through it, and see which one wins, okay? But they already got pushed on benefits, so I'm just telling them, hey, Do you want 4 more lessons? You already know like what you got yourself into. You want some more lessons? Do you want to get this faster? Do you want to get this easier? Do you want a private lesson with me? Whatever the case may be. Again, this isn't about, this video is not about like creating like really good OTO offers. I'm just showing you like essentially what it looks like and how this works. Go watch the other videos if you have to. That being said, sub headline. Add Guitar Master to your order and you'll get 4 more lessons, 21 sheet music downloads, and a private lesson with Josh. So I'm pretty much just saying that almost the exact same thing up here. You could back it up a little bit more and you could say like, add Guitar Master, or even better, join 121 people that added Guitar Master to their order and got results faster, cheaper, and easier in just 7 days by getting this private lesson with Josh. That would be much more powerful. Okay. So, this is where you would put in like a review or some proof. Once again, the sub headline backs up the main headline. Okay. The main headline. You're backing up. This is the big promise. Back up that big promise right here. Okay. This is your time to shine and talk about like reviews and stuff like that. I can only, write so much demo content, but this isn't the greatest copy. I would say I should change this. 171 people couldn't be wrong when they added the special Rockstar offer, and they got direct lessons with Josh, and they can play the guitar 53% faster than people that just got the course and takes the course step by step by step. Okay, so that's essentially what you do in the top here. These OTO pages need to be very, very simple. This is not a sales page, okay? The sales page is nice and long, and the reason why it's so long is because we're trying to address every single possible elephant in the room of the reasons of why that person still has not clicked on the button and bought, okay? A sales page is different. That's why some sales pages, like if you've been to these sales pages and they're like freaking 60 pages long, what they're doing, guys, is they're trying to break down every single little like reason that you have that you're saying no and you haven't checked out yet. So they're breaking down every single little tiny minute thing that you might say no. And here is a real reason why you should say yes, okay? Problem solution. OTO page, a little bit different, okay? We don't have to push them as much. Their credit card is hot. They're actually, in their mind, they are excited about getting the thing that they just bought. So they're very anxious right now. They want to get off this page. They want to like go enjoy their thing that they just bought, okay? But if we are sweetening the deal, this is, remember, like they are in a totally, the psychology here is when a person, and I've talked about this again in the creating your products and pricing your products videos, the psychology is really interesting here, okay? When the person clicks on an ad on a free product, it's like get these 4 like lessons for free. They're just like, they're looking at hamster dances. They're looking at hamsters flying around on a wheel, grandma doing backflips, funny dog pictures and cat videos. They're in a totally different world. You have to understand that. They're in a totally different world. They're like, what's this free thing? Whatever. Like, yeah, I'll learn how to play the guitar. That sounds cool. And then they hit the opt-in. They give you your email because you did a good job in your opt-in. And then they start watching the VSL a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay. This guy's actually pro. Like he's like Metallica. This guy's toured with Metallica. That's pretty cool. And then you're hooking them. And then you're bridging the gap. And you're saying, hey, by the way, if you want this faster, easier, and I can get you results much faster, for just $7, check out our sales page. And then boom, they click on the thing. They're still like, the psychology though is still, they're just kind of like, yeah, whatever. I'm standing in line at Kmart. I'm looking, like whatever this is, like they're still not quite there yet. But everything changes when they put in their credit card number. Everything, they're it's a 180, it's a 360. They're totally a different beast now because now they're in the game. They got skin in the game. Okay, so when you hit them with the one-time offer, they're totally in a different world. There's no like, you don't have to do all this crazy convincing and all this stuff. We already got past that. They're the highest quality lead they ever could be. They are a buyer, okay? Whether it's $1 or $1,000 or $10,000, okay? They're the highest quality possible lead you can get. You did a good job with your trust, respect, and rapport, and we got them over the hump. Now, before we deliver the product, we have some extra things that are going to help them get there easier, faster, and save them time, save them money, whatever it may be, okay? We're taking the pain away. That's what the OTOs do. They take the pain away and make it easier and faster, okay? So I know I said that like all fast. If you have to rewatch that last part, that's vital. Okay. The psychology here, they're in buy mode. They're in crazy buy mode. All they have to do is click one button, their credit card gets billed, and boom, they get that thing delivered right to their inbox. They don't have to put the credit card in again. They're in buy mode, baby. Like it's the best thing ever. So many people, not like look like if they bought the front end product, it is almost like it's almost super rare that somebody doesn't buy 1, 2, or OTO number 3. They're gonna buy one of them, maybe all 3 of them. It's very rare that actually they don't buy any of them. Okay, maybe it's priced too high, or you didn't explain it well enough, or whatever. And if you guys are having problems with people buying your OTOs, shameless plug as always, hop into Funnel Visions. If you hop into Funnel Visions, guess what? We meet every single week, and I'll just look at your OTO pages, and I'll look at your results, your numbers, and I'll look at all your stats, and I'll look at your copy, and I'll say, hey, I think you should change this, this, and this, and then make those changes, and then next week come back and say, Craig, it worked. Check it out. And then we'll go from there and we'll optimize further and further and further. Okay. Shameless plug as always. Click on the link below if you guys want to hop on a call with me. Okay. So that being said, I've said that a few times. We have, exactly what we're getting them. We're backing them up with the sub headline. And then essentially just what is it? What is it that this is? So I'll break it down for them. Inside a Guitar Master, join hundreds who have mastered the guitar the easy way. Step-by-step training course, whatever your OTO is, obviously just swap out the copy, throw your stuff in, okay? So this is usually kind of like the sales page, a little summary of what they're getting, just very straight to the point, simple summary, a couple bullet points in here. Do not make this 50 bullet points, okay? Super basic, way more basic than the sales page, okay? These boxes, I probably even would keep the boxes. You want them basic and simple. Basic, simple, and easy to understand, okay? Learn tuning, learn chords, just like our sales page, very simple. It's actually the same thing, but this is straight to the point, okay? And you could break down, with maybe one sentence underneath that, what it is, okay? Super simple. We go from there. I also want to, I would also recommend that you also include the 100% happiness guarantee, or your 30-day or 90-day or whatever your guarantee is. Include it again, add it again, because once again, the psychology changed. They think in their head that if the last product doesn't work out well, they get their money back, but they don't 100% know that for this product. So mention it again. Mention that whatever guarantee that you have, okay? 30-day money back or whatever it is. So add it again. And then once again, we're just off to the offer stack, okay? You get this, you get this, you get this, all these awesome things. It's only $47, $97 value, because look at all this stuff. It's pretty sweet, okay? 47 bucks. And then down here is the very end, right? That's really all it is. You want this page short. The shorter, the better. A lot of times too, you can make this even shorter and just have a headline and a video. But that video, the reason I don't have a video on this page is because it's a little bit more advanced. You have to really kind of know what you're doing in that video, because it needs to be like 2 minutes. It's like a 2-minute video or less, okay? And you really have to be good at pitching, and you really have to be good at basically big transformations and big benefit promises and all this stuff. So it's a little bit more on the advanced side, okay? So I find this works very well. You only have a couple seconds anyways, so that's why we don't include the video, okay? Unless you read up on it and you test it out. So next, save 84% when you add Guitar Master to your order for just $47. So whatever your price is, change that out. Make sure you change it on the button. And I've showed you guys this before, once again, in the pricing your products and creating your products videos, but they have 2 options, not 5 options, not 3 options, 2. It's a funnel, it's binary. It's either on or it's off. There's nothing else they can do on this page. They can either click this, or close the page. And sometimes people do that. They don't go make it all the way through. Not a lot of times, but sometimes people do that. Maybe their internet drops, or they drop their phone in the toilet, or something happens, okay? I mean, it sucks, but it is what it is, okay? So what we want to do is, again, I've explained this before, but this no thanks, I will pass up on this amazing offer. They can click this, and that immediately takes them to either the next page, the next OTO number 2, or in our case, when I click it, it's a downsell, okay? And I've showed this before, but the downsell then is, hey, it was $47, but I'm going to take $20 off of this. And now it's, instead of 47, it's like 27. And I obviously have to fix the numbers here, but you get this much better deal. I'm taking $20 off if you act now and click this button. So if they click this button, it'll automatically, boom, that'll automatically charge a card for, this lower priced offer. If they say no, thank you, once again, it goes over to the next OTO number 2. Okay. If they hit buy, their credit card is hot, which means that, once again, when they checked out on that sales page or the order page, they put their credit card number in. It's still on file. You guys don't have access to it. It's all done through Stripe, so it's secure and everything, of course. But through a very secure API, through Go High Level and Stripe, if you hit this button, it just bills the card immediately. They immediately get hit. Okay, so just be very clear on here. See how it says your card will instantly be billed one time for 47? You don't have to do that. But I don't want like 80 people hitting up my support like, yeah, I bought this thing and I don't want it. It's one thing to be super excited when everyone buys all of your one-time offers, but then 2 seconds later, this happens freaking all the time. If you try to be sneaky or lie about it, people are just like, yeah, I want my money back. Like, you charge my card like 5 times. What the heck's going on, sir? And then like, oh man, I got to refund all this money now. And it's really sad. Okay. So you get your hopes up and then you get your hopes down. So don't do that. Just be honest and tell them your card will be billed. It's not going to hurt your conversions. Like, don't be sneaky. Don't be sneaky. Like, don't be that marketing sneaky snake guy. Like, whatever you guys are doing. So they hit this button. They go to the next OTO. So upsell 1. They go to upsell 2. Upsell 2, again, we talk about like what you should put into upsell 2 and upsell 3 inside of the, I think it was creating your products video, which again, these are the 2 videos that I'm referring to. So go watch that video if you're trying to figure out what offers to put in these 3 upsells. You can have upsells and downsells, and you have a lot of fun with it. Okay. That is essentially it, I would say, for components of an opt-in. Pretty short video, like I promised, guys. That's essentially it. If you guys need some ideas, don't worry about it. Like you have help desk. Hit me up. You can tag me with a little @ symbol. You can ask other members in there, or you can just make a post inside of the funnel strategy area. There's like, do I have it up? I don't think I have it up. Yeah, actually, we could do that. I don't know if I can do it here because I'm not logged in. But yeah, like you can essentially go to the funnel strategies area and you can leave a post in this. Is a brand new channel that I just added. So if you guys have any questions about this, you can just make a new post in there. I'm not, I don't have myself added right now because I'm not logged in. But, just drop a question there and make a post. You can tag me or not tag me. And yeah, I'll help you with your OTOs. And that is absolutely freaking free. Guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Learned a few things about OTOs and how to set up your next OTO inside of this video called Components of an OTO. Inside of the next video, we're going to jump into components of the thank you page. And it's going to be quite interesting because we actually, the customer, or the person that just bought, is still actually psychologically, they're still in buyer's mode, and how we can actually keep selling products even on the thank you page. And that's going to be the next thing that we talk about inside of the next video. So do not miss that one. We'll see you in that one. See you guys.